Hi guys, what's up? It's Shanny here. This message is please know that this is just a humble request afford to donate to shocking. It's still stunning, but I wanted to just put the screen black and for a second memorialize him and also speak about how I think it's more important now than ever to do the opposite of what I've told you guys that I did to gain a lot of weight and to fall back on my health, initiative that I had for 7 years after my father's death in 2011. So I think I'm going to do the opposite of what I did after a miscarriage in 2019. I went ahead and just purposely said, oh, you know what, I'm going to take a break from healthy living and yoga, and I'm just going to eat what I want, take this time. That's better than going to a bottle of wine or calling the doctor for Xanax, right? I rationalize that. And for me, there's no pain or no shame in what I decided to do. However, I think now I will do the opposite, having ascended, having learned more lessons that throughout COVID, definitely coped, but I think it would have been a lot easier if I had been tapping in to this realm. You go much further in spirit and just so much calmer, would meditate all the time, but doing the yoga within the breathing exercises and the meditation daily, habitually, has been amazing. So this is my 28th day, and I just really want to say that throughout this, I started literally, I think, 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more, before my father-in-law and this tragedy happened. And so there's going to be a lot that goes into it as the kids and everybody else that I know and love processes it. And so, I think that it's good for me to stick to this exercise, not only, of course, the endorphins, but this exercise, as I've preached before, it incorporates something that is powerful for me, not only exercise and a place and space to relax in, but also the meditative state in which I just gain so much. I mean, it's all encompassed the same thing, but it has absolutely been a game changer. And that is why, not because I felt obligated, which was great. I came home, and of course, after doing it for 27 days, you can take a day off. You can even skip 3 days, 2 days with, workouts. But I wanted to do it for the benefit of what I've been getting, especially after a long, tearful, and, just difficult day watching Aaron with his sister. So in any case, I wanted to thank you for whomever can and would, donate. I appreciate that. I definitely have not been put in any kind of position before to deal with a shocking sudden death. My dad was, 12 days. But that being said, it's just really been throwing everyone for a loop, as you can imagine, as sudden deaths are. So the description for the GoFundMe account, or the link, I should say, a little bit brain mush. We're talking about that today, all of the family, just how you're kind of a walking zombie with everything going on and, everything that you're processing. So the GoFundMe link, if you guys wanted to donate even $1, anything would be lovely. I know we've had a lot of, my sister-in-laws who put it together. They have the page. They created it. It's beautiful. It speaks on who he is if you want to take a look just to see. And I think it is astounding how much people care, because there has been donations already. I definitely donated to the cause, and just thank you guys for whomever, is out there that is even listening to my words, because that right there is wealth, spiritual wealth, and wealth in the, name of love. So again, thank you for listening to me regarding the passing, and thank you for letting me be a different kind of authentic and just be me. This is the state I'm in, just having been talked to and talking all day with the family, and just, and sometimes, of course, saying memories and laughing, but most times just boisterous, and everybody so energetically anxious to talk about, the trauma and the situation, the sudden passing, that I noticed my voice was hoarse. I think it also has to do perhaps with the air quality, which is really a bummer. That's also something I will process tonight after I pray. Last summer, I live in California, and last summer before, it's been ugly with wildfires, but they now have one that exceeded the last year's record for the worst fire in California history. It's the Dixie Fire, so I'm praying for everybody there. And the air quality isn't too bad, but I did notice that last year and during summer my voice did get hoarse, and I put off doing a lot of videos because of that. So I'm just gonna hoarse voice and all. We'll even do some readings because it's Lionsgate, and I'm feeling that peace and serenity after meditating and doing yoga. And I felt that today. It wasn't an anxiety panicked frenzy. It was definitely a different place. I think that, I can thank one of many people, Eckhart Tolle, just one of many people who in the past 4 years that definitely watched, hundreds of videos, read The Power of Now, all of his principles. Even if you try to take his advice regarding being mindful and trying to stay present, focusing on the things, the textures, things that are going on when you're in that kind of situation, so you can think. So I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sending tons and tons of love, no matter what you're going through, highs or lows, during this whole portal. It is beautiful and intense and powerful. So I know that I've gotten so many signs after having seen the family and talking about and processing the death, and my husband going through the motions, and my sister-in-law and everyone else. I think that it was beautiful having so many signs on the way back, the 2.5-hour drive. And when we played a family game of Jeopardy, like a video game, it was pretty astounding. There's a lot of, divine signs that are coming through, so that always doesn't make the pain any less, severe. But it was a beautiful thing for me to be in that place now, to recognize that sooner rather than, when I was kind of aching right after my father's death 10 years ago to get a dream or a sign. I think that for me, when I stopped looking for the kind of signs from the angels, you know what I mean, they came. So anyway, if you guys can, no pressure. I love you guys all. I appreciate you guys all. Thank you for all the recent subscribers. And do not feel obligated, of course you wouldn't, to donate. But since it's the first time I'm doing this, don't know how to really appropriately ask, but love you guys and send a lot of prayers and just blessings for whatever trials, tribulations, or new beginnings, or, you know, achievements that you're celebrating, anything that you're going through. We all have a part to play in life, and soon enough we'll be trading places, right? Wherever we are at this place. So what is down is bound to come up, and you know, you cannot float or swim forever, right? Even when you're a Pisces like me. So guys, I appreciate your time and wish you nothing but love.